We started season 6 3 weeks ago with the goal of building our mountain road. We've been working on this road. We've been actually using this road for about 5 years now, and I originally cut it myself with my excavator, and it has been a rough dirt patch for all these years. But now that the house is built up top above us, we need a much better road to get much nicer supplies like windows up to the house. So we need a good paved surface. In order to do that paved road, we've had to start a couple of preliminary projects that will help to buttress the road, support it, and also give us infrastructure that we need. We're doing a parking pad, and we're doing a septic tank, big old concrete box that will act partially as a retaining wall for the road itself. So last week we left you with pouring the concrete base for both of those mini projects. This week we are going to go full-on construction mode. We're going to set up all the forms, we're going to put in all the hardware, we're going to tie all the rebar, webs and webs and webs of rebar, and hopefully by the end of this week we get that all finished up so that the head of next week we are going to be pouring. Stay tuned. Dangerous, so move out of the way. While Michio is working on the bottom septic tank area, I'm going to put all the separators on the top parking lot area. I haven't bent them yet. They still have to be bent, but I'm putting them in their place for now, just until I get the rest.お疲れ様でした。
はい、お疲れ様です。またじゃあ道具はあん中に。
そうです。ほとんどは空いてますが、ハンマードリルだけで残ってますね。あと、まあこのこれですね。これ今日中につけないでしょ。だから中に入れましょうか。
中かここに寝かしとけば。
Okay, we've wrapped up our first day. We got progress. The septic tank outer forms box is half done. The upper outer forms are done for the parking area. Day off tomorrow. We're going to take a look at the back of the parking area forms. You can see here that the verticals are all wood, these Sangi 1x3s or whatever they are, 1x2s. And typically there would be galvanized pipe as well. But we decided, since we're short on pipe and we don't want to cut up a bunch of long ones into short ones, we've decided that, and also because this wall is quite short, it's only 150 mil wide, so there's not going to be a whole lot of pressure on the walls from the concrete when we pour, that we can get away with having wood verticals and pipe as horizontals. When we get down to the septic tank box, we're going to have galvanized pipe for both the verticals and the horizontals, because these two high walls are going to be 200 mil wide, almost an 8-inch wide wall, and it's 2.7 meters tall, so there's going to be a lot of force and a lot of pressure in there from the poured concrete. So we're going to make sure that those are super strong. But here at the parking area, yeah, we can get away with using some scraps and some wood supports. I'm working alone today and tomorrow. Michio is off on another job. So I think I've got, just a number of tasks to do, and I haven't decided on the order that I'm going to do them yet, but get all of the forms done on this septic tank box, except for one that'll allow me access in and out, and then start doing the rebar. And I think once I get that done, I will use up my known stock of rebar, and then I'll be able to, use the remainder up on top, and then also calculate how much new stuff I have to buy. Okay, now we're ready to start putting in the rebar. We still haven't put in the separators. I'm not sure which order is better, but I do know that I have to drill 4 holes for some extra rebar in the corners and fix them down with chemical anchor. And I have to do that up top too. So I think I'm going to do those 4 first in here and get the vertical rebar all started. It doesn't matter, you know, the separators and the vertical rebar won't interfere with each other. My plumber's here today and he's putting in the pipes, the void they call them in Japanese, to which we will put, hold on, sorry, trying to do a couple of things here. He's putting in the temporary pipes there that will create the void for the permanent pipes after we pour the concrete. Okay, while he's working down there, I'm gonna do the 1, 2, 3. I think I've only got, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. 8 different standing rebar that have to go into this concrete. I think I need gloves on for this. This chemical anchor, I've had it since last year. And I think just, it's never sat outside, but just the heat of the summer has caused some kind of discharge. So I can't really get the plastic off. There, that should be fine. Okay, good progress today. Our septic tank interior is beginning to look like Hellraiser. The plumber came and gave us a whole bunch of voids. This is the outlet for the septic, electric, inlet for the water, inlet for the septic, and a couple of drains on the bottom. On the outside of this, we're going to have what in Japanese is called a shin tomas. And I don't know what that is in English. I know the function. It's designed as an area for the outflow of the septic tank to drip into and seep down into the earth. Okay, we're putting the rebar in for the parking lot retaining wall. And this is probably the most important connection in the whole thing, because the whole purpose of this retaining wall is to stop things from going down that way. And the bigger purpose is for it to hold all of the fill, gravel, and eventually concrete or asphalt parking surface here. To hold it all in. And so we don't want this wall separating from the base and somehow doing this. So all of these vertical and horizontals are a single piece of rebar, and I'm trying to minimize the number of connections, at least at this joint. We've got a few uprights here just to position everything and hold the mesh in place while we're working. There's no other real function for these guys. And then we've got the little concrete blocks to lift them off of the ground. Either, I think it's 4, 5, or 6 mil, or maybe it's 6, 7, or 10. I can't remember. Anyway, these are 3 size, I don't know what they call them. Anyway, lifters to keep them off of the ground. And so we're putting one under each rebar, lifting it up. I'm going to get a couple of horizontals in here just to allow me to get the mesh started, and then I'll continue more horizontal rebar from over on this side all the way up to that wall, and then onto the end. You know, this isn't difficult work, but climbing in and out of this little pit with no stairs has just buggered my knee. My left knee 2 or 3 days ago just started complaining to me, and well, it's age, of course, but stepping in and out of here constantly is not a good thing. Okay, a long, boring day doing nothing but cutting, bending, fitting, and tying rebar. But I've got the vertical mesh all done now here on the parking portion. I just have to go buy about 6 or 10 maybe more lengths of rebar at the supply house. I'll head there right now. Ooh, is this 5 o'clock? Is that the 5 o'clock bell? No, it's only 4 o'clock. I thought the bell went off at 5. Anyway, head to the supply house right now, pick up 10 more lengths of rebar, come in tomorrow and do the horizontal mesh, and it's done. Then we're done with all the rebar for the upper parking area and already done for the septic tank area. Michio is going to be back tomorrow, so I hope he gets started on the inside forms for down there. and then the inside forms for up here. See you tomorrow. Okay, we picked up the last of our rebar, the last of our necessary rebar last night. Brought it up here this morning. Today I'm going to get started on putting the floor level rebar all in here, get it locked down. Michio's back. He's going to be working on the pipe, getting the pipe wrapped all around the septic tank forms. And then by the end of the day today, we are going to be able to estimate how many more form panels we need, because I think we're going to run out, and how much more pipe we're going to need, because our inventory over there is also going to run out within today, I think. So a little bit of there's probably going to be a shopping trip tonight or tomorrow morning. The rebar up top is finished. It's almost lunchtime. Just gonna help Michio with the pipe. Well, that's another $1,000 worth of pipe. Having a helper who's a pro is great. Who demands everything be done to a pro standard is expensive. We're making the bottom outer forms for the parking pad area. These are 150 tall. They'll sit on the stick-on like this, and then we'll pour the base up to the top. First I'm cutting the plywood itself to 150 wide, and then I'm attaching a 1x2 to the bottom as a nailing base. Just to bring you back up to speed, Michio-san is working on the septic tank. He's getting the inner forms up today. We've got all the pipe around it. It looks like Fort Knox. It looks like a bomb couldn't affect that building at all. So that's good. Up here at the parking level, I'm putting the small forms for the base in place. We're going to have 3 separate forms. There's not going to be any kind of waterfall overflow. Tying them together, and I've got the last form here. Before I put them all in place, I'm going to blow out all the dust and crap in there, and then once we get this locked down, then we have to do the inner forms up here, and I really don't know how to do that, so I'm going to look to my sensei for guidance.
Okay, so we're here right at wall level. There's a line right down here, an incline marking 150 mil, and that's the depth of the wall. And this inside panel is going to sit on that line. But how is it supported out here in the middle with nothing here? Well, there's a couple of things that we have to do. First, Michio says we're going to put a kind of a lid or a small panel of plywood down first, okay? That'll go down here and it will sit at the 150 mil height. We bought little chairs that will go under this and hold it up to 150 mil height. And then we'll secure this lid, think of it. We'll secure this lid down here, and this will stop the concrete from bubbling up when we pour it down into the wall. And apparently it only has to cover half of this horizontal surface for it to work. And I did a similar thing when I poured the 2-meter wall up on the foundation. For regular viewers, you might recall, I attached a plank about this size to the outside of that wall to do just that, to stop the water, or stop the concrete, the raw concrete, from kind of bubbling up and not doing what it's supposed to do. Anyway, so we put this lid on right here, and it acts as a floor to the panel. Then we put the panel on top of it, and we can actually support the panel via this little platform, this little lid. So I have to go around and make this platform first. It has to be about 300 mil wide, and I've got to get a whole bunch of pieces of rough plywood, scrap plywood together to do this. And then, only then, can I start working on attaching the inside panel. Okay, well, we didn't get all of the inside panels finished, but we've got a good start anyway. One more day, tomorrow we should finish, and then we plan on the concrete pour. But I'm going to end the video here, get it edited tonight and out to you guys. So thanks for hanging around, everybody. Next video is pour time, very, very likely.